Chalo. So now basically in this session you will understand what all things you will be learning in the course, and you will also understand what are the things required to survive in the job of data analytics, and is it only that we learn Power BI that is enough, or we have to learn anything else. And I'll also take some other questions. It's not tiny, I still didn't type anything. It's a bigger size of the font. Okay, don't worry about the font, I'll increase it. Fine. So we will also, I'll also take lots of questions as this is day one. So let me divide my demo sessions into three parts. First day is demo one, where I'll give the introduction, okay, and syllabus discussion, and I'll take question and answers, Q and A's. And in demo two, we will try to understand what all the technologies we have in the software industry. Okay, and these software technologies, what are they used for? So some people tell it's a database, some people tell no, let's use cloud. So what exactly is the difference between database and cloud? Right? So these kind of questions we do have, right? So let me put it, technology understanding and data understanding in day 2. In day 3, in demo 3, I will give you a brief understanding on Power BI modules. Clear? So now we will do these 3 days. We'll be going with multiple things discussions. If you attend all 3 days, then you will get a very good understanding. Okay, and I'm going to cover SQL and Power BI in this course. So SQL, to what level are you covering? So obviously the next question is that. So if I show it to you here, this is the syllabus copy of our Harsha Technologies. Now if you see here, we will be learning what is SQL, what is database, difference between SQL and database. So whenever I tell people give me some databases, they go and tell me SQL. SQL is actually not a database. SQL is a language. Okay. And then we will understand the components of databases. We will understand the types of SQL commands and relationships, how they follow in SQL. And then comments in SQL, aliases, database commands, data types in SQL, table commands, and some other DDL commands, DML commands all together will be dealt, and we will also deal with constraints in SQL. We will also deal with operators in SQL, clauses in SQL, functions, joins, set operators, subqueries, special operators, views, synonyms, indexing, case statements, and window functions. Okay, these are the things we'll be covering in SQL. This is not basic SQL, I'll tell you. It's not really basic. It is to an intermediate level, which is used to learn Power BI better and faster. Okay, to survive in a Power BI tool, what all things are required? All of them are covered here. Hope you understand. Now, going back here. So if I go to Power BI, once SQL is completed, then I'll be dealing with Power BI. So if I, in SQL, when I'm teaching, I'm actually planning for like 10 days for SQL. That is every day 1 hour. It will be 2 weeks, right? Monday to Friday, but it might not be covered. I'll give you approximate. Let me not go exact number. It will be approximate. Okay, I have clearly showed what all topics will be covered. Only those are the topics which will be covered in SQL, because I want to do this SQL which can help you understand Power BI. Fine. Next, in SQL, approximately I will take around 20 hours sometimes. Okay, so I'll write it as 18 to 20 hours. Next, remaining will be Power BI. And our target of this course duration, if I tell you, our target is to finish in 1.5 to 2. Maximum 2 months, 1.5 to 2 months. Clear? So 45 to 60. But why am I writing 60 days is because we get some vacations, we might get some vacation to putting it all in the considerations. I'm writing it as 45 to 60. Okay, but mostly number of classes, if it is regular, we will finish it in 45 days. Okay, next, now let's see what topics will be covered in Power BI. Now when I go to Power BI, so basically Power BI has 5 modules. Let me tell you clearly what does Power BI generally contain. So basically Power BI will be performed on Power BI desktop, okay, which is offline, and you no license required to learn this. Now you need not go and purchase license for this. Not required. So in this Power BI desktop, first module you have is Power Query Editor. Okay, we also call it as PQE, Power Query Editor. What we do in this? We do the ETL. That means we will extract the data, we will transform the data, and we will load the data. Other than this, we will also do transformations. Okay, and the language used in this is M language. M stands for mashup. It's a mashup language. And now again question comes, do we have to learn this language? So that's the next question, right? Do we have to learn this language, a new language you're telling? We came here because we don't want to learn programming language. That's why we chose Power BI. So don't worry, it is auto-generated language. You need not write anything, it is auto-populated, auto-generated language. And the second module you have is data modeling. So in this you will learn relationships, how to establish relationships between 2 or 3 different tables and how to do joins. Okay. Third module you have is, we call it as Power Pivot, but in Power BI it is written as table view. And what do we do here? We do DAX. What is DAX? It is data analysis expressions. Few address it as analysis expressions. Few will tell it as analytical expressions. Either it is analysis expression or analytics expression. That means the same. Don't worry. Okay. Now we will learn DAX here. After learning the DAX, so basically what does this do is, it will help you to create calculated columns, measures, and you can create new tables. Okay, this is Power Pivot. So the next module you will have in Power BI desktop is Power View, where you do visuals and reports. Okay, next after this, the next module you have is PBI's Power BI service. So all these things, whatever you are doing here in Power BI desktop is offline. It is in your system. Correct. So when it is in your system, someone who wants to see the report, they cannot come to your system and tell you to give your system, let me check the report every time, right? There will be somewhere in US sometimes, somewhere in UK. So for them to access, you have to go with Power BI service. So this Power BI service, it is online and you need license. But trust me, this is the first I mean, this is the only thing you need license to learn, but don't worry, this is the easiest module. I'll make it very easy for you. I can promise on that. Okay, so these are the 5 modules which you will be learning in Power BI. Now, if you want to go brief on what will be covered in this, so to start with, first, when I start Power BI, you will get the introduction of it, and I'll give you complete introduction, and then I'll do the installation. I'll tell you the installation. I'll also tell you how does the Power BI architecture works. After that, I'll go with overview of Power BI. I'll start with the first module of Power BI, that is Power Query Editor. Okay, in this Power Query Editor, you will be learning the ETL, how to do it. In this, you have lots and lots of options. If you see here, I'll teach you file tab. You have close and apply, apply, close, save as, all these options. And home tab, you have close and apply, apply, close. Again, you have this. And you have something called inbuilt column transformations, where you have remove columns, remove other columns, these things, inbuilt row transformations. So almost all the tab level is covered in Power Query Editor. When I give you a brief overview of Power BI and demo 3 in third day of the demo, then you will understand more clearly. Okay. Next we have is data modeling. In this, you will learn what is the difference between memory columnar database, in-memory columnar database and traditional database, what is Vertipack engine, data connectivity modes, what is data modeling, the relationships part, fact table, dimension tables, schemas, advantages of schemas, all this you will be discussing in the data modeling. Once that is completed, next we will be going with the Power Pivot, which is DAX. So I think you have clearly seen here, I'll be covering a good amount of DAX, which is like 140 DAX functions. Okay. And these are the list of DAX functions which will be covered. Once in a while, if required, I'll also include few more, 1 or 2 extra while discussing. Okay. Now, after that, you will be learning Power View. In Power View, you will learn different, what is visualization, what are the types of data, based on the data, how do we decide which visual to use, and what visual to use in categorical data. So tabular data visuals you will discuss, geographical data visuals, KPI data visuals, filtering data, how to do it, difference between filters and slices, and drill reports, how to create, visual interactions, how to keep it, how to do groupings and bookmarks, all this will be dealt. Okay, after that we'll go with Power BI service. I'll show you what are the licenses you have, how to collaborate with the team, and how to build dashboards, how to share the content, how to do apps, how to refresh the data, how to establish a gateway connection, deployment pipelines, and row level security. So this is the brief topics of Power BI which will be covered. Now the next question will be, ma'am, how do we get the notes? Right. So while teaching, I will clearly write the notes in front of you guys. So for example, for Power Query Editor, SQL, anyways, I'll write the queries along with you, right? So Power Query Editor, see here, this is how you will get the notes. If you see here, you have Power BI. I'll start with what are the modules you have. And in Power Query Editor, different data sources, how are we importing? The different ways the flow of data can be in Power BI. See, each and every option, there is an explanation here, right? This I'll write in your class when I'm teaching you. So the same class notes will be shared with you in a classroom link. So this is for Power Query Editor. So this is for Power Pivot. So I'll write the DAX in front of you, execute the DAX. Whatever I have executed, I'll copy and paste it here, so that you remember what all we have discussed in the DAX together. Okay. So this is how you will get the notes. For all the modules you will get, not only for 2. I just showed a sample for 2, but you will get the similar way for all of them. Clear? Now this is about the course brief. So you will be given a classroom link. You can use that classroom link and Get the access to the notes. Every day the notes is updated in the classroom link. You can get access to it. And at the same time, you will be dealt with the content which is given to you in the syllabus copy. I'll also post the syllabus copy in the classroom link so that you guys have access to it. Further, if you have any queries, you can feel free to contact the admin. Okay, any queries related, you can contact admin. And I'm also posting the admin details here in the chat box so that all of you can access it. Okay. And those people who didn't inquire yet about the Power BI, please contact Harsha Trainings, Power BI team. Okay, see, I have posted the contact number, and any other information you need, you can just feel free to contact the admin of Power BI. Okay, he'll be helping you with the any understandings. Now coming back, whoever has joined this session, please try to join tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well so that you get a very good understanding. Okay, now let me take few questions first. First, I am patient enough to take a lot of questions. If you have any questions, you can shoot out your questions so that I'll try to clear yours. So demo is basically for clarifying what all confusions you have, right? So let me go on that page and you can ask your questions, whatever you have. And remember guys, this demo is divided into three parts. Okay.
Yeah, hello,
Yes, so
hello.
there you can post your question in the chat box to avoid the confusion while talking. Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
fine. So we have a question here. Will this be enough for attending interviews? Nice, very good question. Let me answer you guys in a different practical way for this. So suppose you are learning SQL and Power BI, correct? So do we have freshers in the class as well? Yes, we have freshers in the class, right? Correct. We have freshers. So now guys, let me support freshers for some time. Suppose you yourself have a business, not freshers, generally, if you yourself have a business. So we have a fresher who has knowledge on SQL Power BI. Okay, who has knowledge on SQL and Power BI, and he is okay to work with you for a package of 3 to 6 LPA range of salary. And you also got an experienced person who wants to work, who has a knowledge on same SQL and Power BI. But because he is experienced, he is expecting a package of 10 LPA plus. Now, if it is your business, tell me whom will you give the job? Fresher or an experienced?
Experience.
You will take experience and spend 10 lakhs. Think of a budget perspective as well. You will take experience with the same knowledge, only SQL Power BI, and give 10 lakhs, or take a fresher with same SQL Power BI knowledge and give 3 lakhs. Which is better? If it is your business and you are hiring a person, which one do you prefer? Fresher or experienced? If you have a company, you are hiring a person, okay? You're hiring a person means you have to give him a salary. So you have to give, if you're taking experience, you have to do 10 lakhs package. He has a knowledge on SQL Power BI. And here we have freshers, we have SQL Power BI, the same 3 LPA. Whom do you choose? Okay, then you guys can unmute and talk. Maybe that way most of them will respond. Whom do you take?
Definitely, if we are company, then we will give the priority to
Your
experienced
voice
candidate.
is very low. Can you come closer to the mic, please?
You will hire
Is
experienced.
it fine now?
Yeah, better now.
So if I am a company, so definitely I'll go through. with experienced guy
Why experienced?
Why I will.
because as of now the company is market is very down and company is actually
So
hiring
be
people
loud,
who
please.
have
Be loud and
the
put your mic closer. We can't hear you. Suhail.
now is it fine?
It is fine when you're telling is it fine, but later it is going little down.
Okay. So basically, the as of now, market is down and company is hiring some experienced candidate on a same salary which is given to the freshers.
I'm not clear with what you told basically.
Basically, company as
Your
of now,
voice is
company
very
is
low when
hiring.
you're talking.
Just let me check the mic in my company.
Sure. Fine. Anyone else? Someone else were talking? Swati, you were telling something, right? Bhavana, Swati, you were telling something? And I see in the chat box most of them tells freshers. Whoever is telling experienced, why? Monica, Karthik, why do you take experienced? Guys, I told let's be interactive. Talk.
Hmm.
Sudhir, you were telling something previously? So
Yeah,
guys, be
yeah,
interactive and talk. Yeah, Sudhir, sorry.
yeah. I'm audible to you.
Yeah, you are clearly audible.
Yeah. Few days back, I got an offer from a company by the name
Huh?
Amravati Solutions.
Okay.
In that, they gave me a requirement. It should be
Huh?
either expert in Power BI or Tableau. That's what they mentioned.
Got it. Okay.
So, what's the difference between those two? Which one would be the better ones?
See, I'm talking
Because I
about
applied
some
for
other
the post
question.
of business
When that
analyst.
question comes, shall we talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine. Because time saving and more productivity out. So this is reason, ma'am. Okay. Work will be easy to explore new things instead of discussing repetitive things. Okay. Because we can save cost to train the consultant. Guys, you know what? A Power BI project by a fresher or an experienced Power BI project will not change. It's just building a report. It's like a tool you're learning, right? When you guys are learning now, so this is the reason they are not encouraging freshers. I feel that you know what, this generation freshers who is passed out recently are more intelligent and they're coming in advance by learning things. When we started our careers, we didn't learn things. We came to the industry, then learn things, right? But I'll tell you, if it is my company, I'll take a fresher because he is giving the same SQL Power BI. And you're telling me you will take an experienced person, but you know what kind of experienced persons we have in the industry now, right? But Power BI and SQL, any of the way you go, it's just your logical thinking. Put a proper exam. I'm been taking an interview, so I'm telling this. When I give a same question paper in an interview for a fresher and an experienced, trust me, fresher was giving uh, a good answers. I'll tell you, freshers were giving better answers because they are studying the courses in advance and coming. And experience, because we are learning multiple technologies, we are getting confused. Are you saying that there are good fresher openings? No, I'm not saying that. Nowhere I mentioned that there are good openings. I just told, if you want to compare freshers and experience, then I just compared. Now, so obviously, if I have to give you 10 LPA, being an experience, you see anywhere in the openings, it will not be just SQL Power BI. I'm being very frank to you guys. Only SQL and Power BI. If someone wants to keep an experience, no, you cannot survive. Only with Power BI SQL, no. You know what are the expectations in the people? So suppose if you are a Power BI developer, so I told you here, right? So if you're a Power BI developer, you have these features in Power BI. Correct. So if you are a Power BI developer, so the features generally include, I'm giving you a general thing, but if you take it to your minds, trust me, you can survive for a quite uh, time in your data analytics or Power BI uh, careers. Okay. Now in Power BI, I told you we have Power Query Editor. Correct. Fine. Very good. Next, I have data modeling. Then I have Power Pivot. Then I have Power View. Okay. So when I have all these modules in Power BI, to be a Power BI developer, I have to learn this. Correct. Very good. Now I'll show something in Power BI. So if I go to the licenses in Power BI, I'll show you something. What is a drawback? See, Microsoft always gives a drawback and also gives a solution by himself. Now you see, when you go with types of licenses of Power BI, uh, let me go to a product comparison so you will understand it better. I'll go with the pricings. Yes. Now basically I have a pro license, I have a premium license, and I have an embedded license. Embedded is for a capacity of people. Okay, so now I have Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium. So premium is double the cost of a pro, right? So obviously most of the time we are preferring pro because anyone wants to view the Power BI visual or Power BI report, you need to have your license. So when we take bulk licenses, we go with the pro. And now you see there is some model size limitation here. I'll zoom in. See, first one is the pro free account. Second one is pro. Next ones are premiums. Now if I scroll down, you see the limit you have in a pro. See, free license will not give you any. Pro license, can you see some limitation here? Correct? Now when I get that data to Power BI, do you think we will work on a data which is less than 1 GB in real time? Do you think in real time the data is less than 10 GB? Sorry, 1 GB? Not at all. No, obviously it's a no. So when you tell the work goes faster, when you hire an experience, we also expect you to solve if any problem comes like this. But can Power BI solve this problem of connecting to 10 GB? So Pro license doesn't have that ability, right? So that's why whenever we work on Power BI projects, this Power Query Editor will do the ETL part. Okay, you know that ETL alternative, we do it in SSIS or we take Informatica. To reduce the size of Power BI file, we do this outside the Power BI file, which is an alternative of Power Query Editor, what it is doing in Power BI. We have an alternative that is SSIS, Informatica, or you take Ab initio, or you take Alteryx. Maybe you people are hearing this more now. Alteryx. Okay. Or if you go with any other tool, there are lots and lots of tools for ETL. You can choose any one of it. If you want a cloud, you can also go with Databricks. Databricks really supports in ETL as well. Okay. Now, the same way when you're doing that, you know, we also have an alternative for this because these two, if you're doing also, if your data size is more, you cannot come back to Power BI and work because the data is stored in Power Pivot. Okay. For this, we have an alternative called SSAS. And here in Power View, you can do it in Power BI or you can do Tableau or you can choose SSRS. It's up to you guys what you choose. You can use any other reporting tool. Now I told you in SSAS somewhere you are doing ETL And Power Pivot DAX you're doing somewhere else. So do you think it is stored in different ways it is doing? You need something to store it, right? You need something for storage. So for storage, we will use either SSMS or we will use AAS, Azure Analysis Service. Okay. And now more experience you need because everything is in different places. So you want to automate the process, right? You want to automate the flow of data. Then you have ADF. Then you have ADF. Okay. And publishing, obviously, if you're using Power BI, Power BI service. Tableau server. SSRS, then it is SSRS server. Okay. Is this understood? What they're expecting from people who is experienced. But from freshers, they will only expect SQL, Python, and few will expect Python. Yes. That's all is expected from freshers because they are also not request for more. So if you are experienced, obviously I'm paying you high. I'll also try to use you for something else. You understand? It's not compulsory that it is the same for all of them. Everyone follows their own different flows. Few uses SSIS. Few people will use Informatica. Few people will use Alteryx. It depends on the project how they design. Okay, it depends on. This is clear. Next. I, being in 5 years experience candidate with manual and automation testing, will I be able to survive in the industry by learning SQL Power BI from this course? See, SQL Power BI, if you're learning here in this course, trust me, you will get very good understanding and which makes you easy to learn SSIS, AS, and RS. After telling this, you still have that question. You still have that question? So I'll show you something then. So let's not listen to anyone. Let's go with reality. Okay. So where do you guys apply for jobs? Where do all of you apply for jobs? Where do you guys apply for jobs? Guys, be interactive. Talk, no? Where do you guys apply for jobs? LinkedIn and Naukri? Correct? Indeed, LinkedIn, Naukri. Shall we try and see in Naukri what are they asking for an experienced Power BI developer? Let me not talk. Okay, let me show you here. Correct. Now I'll go here. I'll search for a job called Power BI developer. Is also known as data analyst. Correct. So I'll put data analyst. Or if you want me to do only Power BI developer, that's okay. I'll search only for Power BI developer. Now you see here. So is this Power BI developer now? Correct. How many years of experience do they need? It's a hybrid role. They didn't mention the experience. Let's go with the bigger. Say 2 to 3 years of experience in Power BI. If you're lucky enough, you will get a job. See, if you're lucky enough, what is the package? 4 to 9 LPA, very good. And what things you want me to understand? See, they're asking something called Python. One or the other thing will be extra for sure. See here, it is asking Power BI, Tableau software, data modeling. One or the other thing will definitely be extra. That's why if you learn more, that would be easier. So 6 to 10 years of experience. So obviously if it is 6 to 10, now we want something like this. See here, what are they asking for? It's a US shift, that's okay. Now you see you have all Power BI and can you see something here? Azure Data Factory, correct? one or the other thing you will have extra for sure along with Power BI. So that's the reason I wrote it there. That doesn't mean it should happen. It might be a possible chance. Okay. So that's the reason. Just have another extra one along with Power BI, so that would help you in a better job search. You see here, Power BI developer he's telling, and maybe they're doing ETL in SSIS because their data is huge. See, they're doing custom tables views using ETL tools like SSIS to support report dashboard development. See, SSIS tools in ETL, and they're using ADF for pipelines. So everyone when they're posting a job, they have their own project design. Based on the project, they'll give you an opening. Understood? Is this clear or any confusions on this part now? I hope this is clear. If you're an experienced, how is the industry expecting you to be, and if you're fresher, how is the industry expecting you to be? Did this question clear? Yes. Now there was a question asked by Sudhir. So I think it was Sudhir, correct? Sudhir, now can you tell me your question?
Yeah, it was the same thing which I asked you. Um, means the difference between the Tableau and the Power BI. Now I got some little clarity because when you said about the Power View, then I got a little clarity about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing, for a business analyst person,
Huh.
does he require Power BI?
It would be an addition.
It will
It's
be an
a
addition.
very good addition, because see, what does a business analyst do, and what does a Tableau data analyst do? Okay, the difference is basically, go to the client. When you go to the client, if you have to understand the business, okay, mostly business analysts will have a client interaction, and you are like a business analyst is like a bridge between the developers and the client. So if you want to understand the performance, and if you want to support your team technically, because nowadays business analysts are given technical role and responsibilities. Mostly you have to measure how many tickets are covered, like this kind of thing. So in that scenario, if you're going to that kind of job, this would be an advantage for you to take it. Clear, Sudhir?
Yeah, it is clear. But the
Oh.
thing is, if the business, as far as I know, business analyst person doesn't need to have any technical knowledge, right?
It's better if you have it, because I was once upon a time a business analyst. You know what a business analyst exactly do? You guys think that business analysts only talk and create Jira tickets, right? But
Yeah,
actual responsibility of business analyst is gather the requirements, correct? So people
yeah.
just tell it gather the requirements. But what requirements? They have to talk sometimes about software requirements. Sometimes they also have to understand functional requirements, correct? And sometimes they also have to understand about business requirements. So
So you are
business
saying that it
requirements,
would be
let me
better.
finish.
It's
Sudhir, let me finish.
yeah,
Sudhir, let me
yeah, yeah,
finish. I didn't complete. So business requirements, it's something like theoretical, what you told. Okay.
yeah.
Now, but when I talk about functional requirement, it's like, if you have to tell me you want this option, and go tell a developer, give it to me in a minute. If business analyst tells, give it to me in an hour. First, he or she should know how much time will it take, so that they can assign a Jira ticket properly for a software developer and give a comfortable time to work on. So if you have a knowledge on functional requirements, it's an added advantage. And coming to software requirement, suppose they're sitting with the client. and client suddenly tells that, see, this is my business, can you tell me what I can do to improve my business? If they don't have any technical knowledge, what would they talk? They cannot put a better conversation, right? So basically, business analyst that does SRS documents, software requirement, sorry, SRD, software requirement documents they create. They create FRD, functional requirement documents. They create BRD, business requirement documents. When they're creating this documents, it's better if they have a software knowledge for a better uh, productivity of the project, I'll tell you. Now it's clear? Yes,
That
Sudhir.
means you're saying that you should have some knowledge on coding.
Not
That's
coding.
what
I
you.
just told how tools works. Very simple.
Okay.
How does they work?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to go sit the coding. You just know have to know that okay, Python has this advantages. It can do this. SQL is a language which is okay. Fine, got it. So what does a database do? It's a container which stores data. If they at least know an understanding on software like what it is, then when they're talking they can tell a client telling okay, you have 100 GB of data, fine, that's okay, you have something like database and cloud to store it. What cloud and what database, what cloud to choose, again he or she can discuss with the developers. But to give a good communication and tell a flow, to have a better communication, it's better to have a software knowledge. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
fine. Any other questions? How many years can we keep? Bhargavi, what do you mean by how many years can we keep? Like you have a gap or something is what you're talking about? So I'll tell you guys if that is a question. Okay, yes, okay, that is a question. So basically, the way I'm teaching, I'll teach you each and every option. So I showed you the Power Query Editor notes, right? Each and every option you will learn in Power Query Editor. So suppose if I open Power BI and show you Power Query Editor. Okay, see, if I go to Power Query Editor, I'll not give you overview of Power BI today itself. I'll not burden you guys with so much. Let's go one by one every day. We have 3 days to cover the demo. So if you see here, see this is Power Query Editor. If you saw the syllabus, I wrote File tab, close and apply, save as, options and settings. In this again you have options and data source settings. And again coming back to Home tab, you have all these options. Choose column, remove column, everything I included. If you go to transform, I included almost all the things. If you guys observe the syllabus, you will understand each and every option, the maximum possible options are included so that you will learn one by one. You will learn the options one by one. Clear? Is it understood, guys? So, how much experience you can keep? So, you can manage up till 8 to 10 in the work, like creating a report, understanding the requirement. You will definitely do it until 8 to 10 for sure. But if you want to survive in the industry, extra knowledge is also required. It's better if you have extra knowledge. Okay? Yeah, Kashyap, you have any question? Kashyap, you have any question? Guys, the session is completely for general introduction and question and answers. Shoot out your questions. Can we do live project if we learn from here? So after going to the company, if you're giving a project, you can do it. Yes, you will get that confidence for sure. What would be better to learn for an experience with Power BI? See, I gave you here. I gave you here already. Sorry, here. I gave you here. This is completely for an experienced. I already gave it. Mock interview will be conducted. Yes, we do take mock interview. Whoever is interested, For a mock interview, you can just give your contact details to the admin. We will conduct mock interviews. I'll do that. Non-IT experience is fine. So either it is IT or non-IT, if you have a general knowledge, very general knowledge in day to day, you can survive, guys. See, you will get a very better understanding tomorrow. Whoever is scared of this subject, SQL and Power BI, tomorrow when you listen to the data and technologies, and when I tell you a non-IT person, how can he survive? How exactly does a project goes in Power BI? Then you will have very, very good understanding. Naveen, I'm telling that extra is having is better, but I'm going to cover only SQL in Power BI because see, I cannot give a 2 years course like that or 5 months, 6 months course, right? I can take a batch for 1.5 or 2 maximum, right? So that's the reason I'm teaching only SQL and Power BI now. Ma'am, how about fresher openings? Everyone asks this question, but I don't know how well are you guys following with the openings. I can show you few openings which are recently posted for freshers. For experience, obviously, we have a lot in the Naukri scene. For freshers, please don't tell me there are no openings for this. You have a quite good amount of openings. Okay, I'll show you right now. I can show you like 3 to 4 openings. Uh, yes, let me open it here. You have an opening in Amazon, Deloitte here. Okay, it's opening separately. Error, error. 1 second. I was actually giving it to my known person to apply. Or 1 second. This is one we have. See, we have an analyst trainee. It's for a fresher. And one more I have here. This is also for a fresher. I think they are asking for 1 or 2 experience maybe. And we have from FedEx. That's not opening faster, so I just went. See here, data analyst, associate analyst. This is actually also supporting freshers, giving a fresher job. And I have another here. Here it is, data analyst job for fresher. This is also for a fresher. And now I'm opening another one, Sanofi. See, it is just posted 3 days ago. It's a full-time job. See, they want a trainee. Don't tell me you don't have a job. It's only because you're not searching properly. Everywhere there is a need of employment. Okay, just concentrate some more and browse better, then you can get it. Next, you tell that I've covered. As I have experience in manual and automation testing, will I be able to alter my resume based on Power BI? Yes, SK, you can do that. But for that, I cannot do it here, like in an open area. I cannot talk about it. You can get help from the Harsha Technologies, who can help you out with that. Okay. Ma'am, I'm a B pharmacy person and I have a career gap in the suitable for me. Is it easy for me to further if fine. So whoever is telling I'm non-technical, non-IT, B pharmacy, M pharmacy and things. So I can contact for the same. I can okay, fine. So first let me give me my introduction now because you have listened to a lot of things until now. Let me give my introduction. So this is Devi. I have quite good amount of experience in IT, where I started my career as a associate data scientist as a fresher. Once I started there, From there, I started exploring technologies, and at certain point of time, due to some circumstances, I don't want to code anymore. So I want to work full fledged on reporting tools. Previously, I was working on data science along with reporting tools. At a certain point of time, I've decided to go only with reporting tools, and then I stopped working on it coding part. And but still, even now, sometimes I do make use of the coding skills I have in Power BI as well. And coming to the graduation, so I have done graduation in BSc Biotechnology, Genetics, and Chemistry, Masters in Biotechnology. This is my bachelor's and master's. But how did I survive in IT? Very simple. Suppose if I have a healthcare data, suppose you are a computer science student. If I give you a healthcare data and having a knowledge of this technical skills, and I get the healthcare data, who will work faster on a healthcare data? The one graduated with a biotechnology, genetics, chemistry, or the one graduated with computer science will understand the data faster? Who will understand faster? Guys, tell me, who can understand the data faster? The one with healthcare experience, I mean healthcare subject, or computer science?
Healthcare subject.
So, yeah, Charan, very good answer. You tell computer science. Okay, fine. Uh, Charan, can you just unmute yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, what do you understand my question?
yeah, I understand your question. Yeah,
So, I'm telling that we have a healthcare data. Okay,
yeah,
healthcare related information data, and you have to do analysis on it. How long? I think you are a computer science student, correct?
yes, I'm a computer science
That's why
student.
you are opted for
I-
computer science. I agree.
yeah, I
Now,
was working as a healthcare department as well.
yeah, when you
Last 2
started with
years.
healthcare, did you take
Yeah,
some time to understand it?
actually, the see, I don't want to understand which is working in the healthcare industry. I mean, kind of data or what kind of equipments they are using. It's not required for me. I just need a
I'm
database.
not
I need
talking
to
about
analyze.
equipments, dear. Let me be
No,
clear.
no, I
I'm
mean
not talking about
biotechnology
equipment.
related, which I've done for analysis. I'm just
Uh-huh.
speaking that
Mhm.
related that.
But when you're building a report, don't you think you should have some knowledge on that?
Yeah, definitely. What kind of because
Exactly.
you are getting a requirement from the client, right? So definitely
Huh.
you need some experience. I mean, at least
Correct. So
need to know
my
what
question
kind of
was
data
how.
you. Yeah,
Got it. My question was how. When it comes to data understanding, biotechnology or life science or healthcare person will do it faster than computer science, correct?
yeah, correct.
And
Yes.
when it comes to technology, because computer science is learning since years, they're learning things of IT related stuff, they will understand faster, correct?
Yeah.
Now the combination, you if you guys have, you are coming from a different domain. Suppose if you're going into a project with your domain, suppose agriculture. See, a lot of domains are using analytics now. If you go to that particular domain related project, trust me, it is an advantage for you.
Okay.
It would be a better advantage for you. That's what I wanted to say, you guys, because I have been through that process of transition. So this is what I could understand. Okay, ma'am, I have 7 years of experience in advanced Excel banking. Can I go with this experience? Jagan, you have to do some transitions in between, and you can go. Okay, fine, guys. Any other questions?
Uh, Devika,
Yes,
like you mentioned in for Power BI developer in the third point as Azure data storage something. So it is related to like Microsoft Azure or any other kind of
Microsoft
cloud.
Azure. Microsoft Azure.
Okay, because many they're on cloud computing like AWS or this kind of. The
Actually, data, so very simple. If you purchase 20 clothes from the same shop, you get a better discount, right?
Yeah.
If you're using Power BI from a Microsoft, ASIS from a Microsoft, obviously
Yeah.
SSIS is SQL Server from Microsoft, we will prefer ADF from Microsoft. That is Azure
Okay.
Cloud. That's just the
So it's a kind
strategy
of
we
a
go when
package
we design
we'll
a
get, no?
project. Sorry?
Kind of a package we'll get, like.
Correct. So that's the
Okay.
strategy we generally use when we design a project.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Divya, Sri Divya, I think this would be a better one. As you told your experience in a lengthy message, I could relate. So this would be a better one without a coding and easy to understand. Okay, fine. Monica, if you don't have previously, but you're doing it now, right? You're ready to learn it now, right? That's okay. You can manage. Manisai, you can. So, guys, whoever has these questions of having a gap, how can I do it? This kind of questions, please talk to the uh, admin so that he can clear it to you. I cannot talk few things here in a recorded one. I cannot talk. Maybe I can help you out, but I cannot talk here. Please talk to the admin. He will help you out with that. Okay? Fine. Okay, then with this, I'll stop. And guys, this recording will be pasted in the like I'll post this recording in the classroom link, and this notes which I wrote here also will be posted in the classroom link. Any further details you need, please contact the admin, the number which I have pasted. If you have missed it, please let me know. I'll post it, repost it again. Okay, please be in touch with him so that he will guide you in things. Okay, I'm pasting it again here. Please go with it. Someone has doubts, please stay back. If not, you can feel free to leave the class. Let's continue the demo session tomorrow, where we will try to understand technology and how a domain. Suppose you're working on a technology, how exactly the requirements comes to you, and how do you understand and work easier. This thing we'll be discussing tomorrow. So, anyone has doubts, please stay back. If not, you can feel free to leave the class. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your patience and time. See you all back tomorrow. Anyone
Thank
has
you.
questions, you can stay back and ask me your questions. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.